What's going on YouTube? This is Reaper and I am back with another video. All right. How's everybody doing this morning? All right. Well, I am going to make this pretty short and sweet. And yes, I already knew this change was coming. Yes, I already knew what they were going to be designed to do in the years ahead. And do I think that this, beautiful 36-year-old actual AI, you know, CEO will actually replace Phil Spencer? We will wait and see. We will wait and see. Now, me personally, I personally am not a female lover whatsoever freaking ever. I absolutely despise women. I absolutely do not actually believe that women should be put in any position on this planet that men are actually dominant in. And to be perfectly honest, I kind of feel a certain way about this actually. But to be perfectly honest, I knew this was actually going to be, in the plans, and I knew this was going to take place in the final direction that Xbox wanted to go. But to be perfectly honest, I personally honestly don't care, because the way that the ship is heading, it's either going to sail directly into a iceberg and sink, or it's going to basically go around the iceberg and quite literally like what you see out here, and it's going to basically just avoid it. But I'm not really, I'm kind of a little bit skeptical about this, because personally, you know, a female that just joined Xbox a month ago has 10,000 gamer score. I'm optimistic, but she is over 9,000 people. Give her a break. But I don't think she'll actually have the actual time nor the actual commitment to actually really truly understand gamers. That's kind of what I think. But we will see, because I was proven wrong before, when the fact that Sarah Bond actually did most of her job and then basically kind of got screwed. But overall, we all knew Phil Spencer was going to retire last year, even though he basically didn't want to make it public. He obviously let it slip, and then, Satya Nadella was like, well, if you can't make a turnaround with Call of Duty in 2026, then you can basically just pack your bags and leave. Yeah, that's pretty much how it was going to go, because Phil was very adamant that he thought if he actually got a hold of Call of Duty, he would actually make a profit. As we all see, that did not happen. So, you know, you kind of basically put basically a back shot into Microsoft's actual head, which is probably not what Microsoft wanted, and is probably not what Microsoft was actually planning on actually doing with the brand, which is why Phil Spencer got headshot. So the fun factor is that even though Phil was going to retire, if he did not manage to make a profit by the deadline, which was the 2026 line, yeah, they were going to say bye-bye. But overall, Xbox's future might be bright. But hey, Monk, what up? The future might be bright and it might be bleak, but I see a lot of hate comments going everywhere. You look like your parents were siblings. Maybe. But, I don't actually, my parents don't live with me, man. I live by myself in this beautiful, beautiful area that you see everywhere. And this place is absolutely filled. These wonderful boomers do not know how to freaking actually shovel shit, which is actually really annoying to me, because I actually wanted to walk to the store this morning and I can't walk anywhere. Anywhere. This place is fucking full of fucking gay-ass fucking snow. These fucking boomers can't do shit. They can't actually get their plows actually in this fucking driveway, which is really freaking sad. But, welcome to America, people. I got to admit, that's actually kind of funny. But overall, I got to admit that, Phil Spencer leaving was inevitable. But, what are you going to do? What are you going to do, people? What are you going to do? Now, does that mean that Game Pass and Xbox Play Anywhere and Xbox on all devices go bye-bye within the next 6 months? Oh, I don't know about that, because I think that, being party with Sony is actually making them profit in one way or another. So I don't think the new CEO, who is actually the same age as me, by the way, keep that in mind, everybody. Keep that in mind. Is going to basically either going to see what works or what doesn't work. But overall, I got to admit that this is going to be quite a transition for the future. And I think this is going to be kind of interesting to see where this leads. But I got to admit that, you know, out of all the surprises I was getting in the first, you know, half of 2026 is actually going to be kind of interesting. So we will see what happens to Xbox. We will see what happens to the gaming brand. But I got to admit, you know, this is the one thing I want to say about Satya. If Satya thinks that a female can actually, you know, impress gamers and can actually, you know, lead gamers to a change, oh boy, that boy is retarded. Yeah, that Indian motherfucker is absolutely stupidly retarded. So, you know, I don't have much, you know, hope, but there is a slimmer of hope, because if the girl is as smart as she claims, then, you know, she will actually make money and she will actually make a profit in 6 months or 12. We will see. But overall, you know, give Asha a little bit of a, you know, a little bit of faith. Give her a little bit of, you know, hope, and let's see what she actually does to turn around this situation into either a positive or a negative. And that's just kind of what I personally think. But overall, I did say this was going to happen. I said this in 2018. You know, people didn't believe me, but here we are. Xbox is falling apart, and now it's basically in the hands of a 36-year-old woman who has never played that much games, has played at least 10,000 gamer score in 1 month. But, you know, that's a good head start. But, you know, with everybody that has been on Xbox since 2001, yeah, our gamer score is a lot higher, isn't it, everybody? Yeah, it is. So, you know, can't really trust the girl that actually has never actually, you know, delved in games, never actually chosen, you know, games over family, so on and so forth. You know, she has no idea how these gamers think. And that's actually going to be really, really funny to actually see how the actual, you know, female CEO does actually turn around the brand. We will see. But I got to admit that, you know, if the creator of Xbox thinks she's a bad choice, I would listen to her, listen to his advice. But overall, you know, she does know how to make money, and that's what Xbox desperately does need right now. Mind you, Microsoft is still 4 trillion, but Nvidia hit 5 trillion. So, you know, they are gonna have to do some negotiating, I'm guessing. But will this actually totally reverse the whole Xbox Play Anywhere, everything is an Xbox? Oh, that depends on how she views the situation, and that depends on how she views it, how it will make money in the next 5 years. So we will see. But anyway, that's just my personal opinion. But I hope everybody enjoyed my personal thoughts. Sorry I did not do a COD video, but, you know, I wanted to actually get outside for a little bit. I've been inside since the storm started. So since the storm was finally stopped, I wanted to see the actual nice fresh air. But overall, just remember, everybody at Xbox has a reason for doing something that they do. So, you know. Well, Ursula, guess what? I'm on disability, my dear girl, and I live off one of you wonderful Americans in your taxes. So this beautiful area, this belongs to your hard work and not mine. Thank you. This is Reaper, and I'm out.